Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be guiding you through how we can export the various measurements that we've got for our protein spots on our 2D jello blot image into Excel for further processing, or how we can export them as part of a report, just how easy it is to get access to your data within your images. So you'll see here I've already got a load of spots detected and of course measured with the software. I'll just show you how easy it is to kind of reset this back to zero. So if I come along to the selection tool on the left hand side, you can see if I left click here, I get the option of quickly being able to simply select all of my spots, and I can press delete and kind of start again from the beginning. So I don't need to go through and validate or reject each one or anything like that. It's kind of completely freeform, which makes working with these images from this kind of high level view much easier within the SpotMap software. So let's say I want to do a quick kind of automatic spot detection and then take those measurements and do something with that information. First thing I'll do is obviously detect all of my spots, and you'll see this is the AOI that was remembered within the software previously. So I'll just go ahead and click detect, because I'm not really, for the purposes of this demo, I'm not super interested in getting it very accurate. Just want to show you what we can do with this information once we've got it. So you'll see here on my two images, or I could have multiple images, but just two for this example. I've got my spots, I've got my spot outlines, and now I want to, say, get some information about the peak height, the intensity of the spots, or maybe the area of the spots, and try and relate that back to my experimental conditions or something that I know. If I come to the right-hand side taskbar and I go on to spot measurements, I can turn on this table at the bottom. Now, for each spot, as soon as you click it, you'll see that it highlights that spot in orange, so you can clearly see which spot you're taking a measurement for. Or if I click the spot in the image, it will then be highlighted within the table. I can make this much easier by turning on spot numbering. So I can see here I've clicked spot number 568. So I'll just find spot number 568 within my table. 5, 6, 8, here we go. This is probably the slowest part of it. And you can see it's highlighted grey. So I know this is the spot I'm interested in. And then I can come along and click it and simply Control C. Come across to my Excel spreadsheet, which I've already got some information in here. And if I just press Control and V, I get all of the information from the table put in here. I can include the headers if I want to, or I can export all of this by pressing Control and A. Once I've selected one row, Control and C, Control and V again. Now, this is a lot of data, so it takes a second to process, and you can add the headers in yourself, or you can export it as a raw CSV table. Now, it's not superhuman readable in that format, but it is very computer readable in that format. So if you had any scripts built on top of this, in something like Python or MATLAB, something like that for post-processing, you could easily do that with the results that you get from the SpotMap software. So if I come through to the data access tool and I come through to my results, I can see that right down here at the bottom of the results section, I can get my measurements for each of my images, or all of them. So I can do them individually, or I can get the measurements for all. And if I click this button here, copy to clipboard, come back to my Excel document, I'll just clear this for you. Press Control V again. You see that it's all comma separated values, sorry. So again, that's meant more for computer processing than it is for human processing. But you can see just how easy and quickly SpotMap allows you to get access to the raw data that makes up your spots, if that's the level of access that you want, if that's kind of how deeply you want to inspect the data. We don't remove that option from the user. We give you all the data up front, along with all the UI and usability features that we built in SpotMap to make it as easy as possible. So in terms of when you're generating your reports and performing your analysis, SpotMap allows you to go in as deep into the data as you want to, as you feel comfortable, as you need to. So it's tailored for people that want a quick report about their coverage score, or people that really want to dig deeply into the data and work out exactly how everything was calculated, where these measurements came from, what the background was, what the peak height was, what the raw volumes were, things like that. So we try and facilitate all users that are doing this work within our SpotMap software by giving you basically free access to all of the background information that the software uses to make coverage decisions and other decisions in terms of detection parameters and things like that. So I hope this was helpful. This is just a quick little tutorial on maybe a slightly hidden by default feature to allow people that are interested in getting extracting that level of data from their images. We can do it within the SpotMap software, and in fact we make it very easy within the SpotMap software for you to gain access to that data. But conversely, if you just want to stay away from that data and say, I just want to know my coverage score, we also make that as automatic and easy as possible as well. If you want to try out a copy of SpotMap on your own images within your own lab, please check out the links in the description below or get in contact on our website for a free trial of the SpotMap software.